for Washington?
Obviously, I get paid to play quarterback, and I'm going to do whatever's asked of me. I feel like I'm ready to roll. I'm confident in that, and obviously that's coach's decision to make and the coach's decisions to make. So we're players. We go out and play. This is a team sport. Obviously things change. Certainly they do, injuries, the way the season's gone, things like that. But this is, I got the opportunity this week, and I'm going to make the most of it.
All right, last week it was Tua versus Kyler, with Tua's Dolphins meeting Murray's Cardinals, beating them. This week, Miami hosting the Chargers, so let's make it Tua versus Justin Herbert. Why not? Both rookies. Tua drafted 5th overall, Justin 6th. Both began the season as backups. Now they're facing off Sunday afternoon at Hard Rock Stadium in South Florida. Both quarterbacks spoke today.
For me, it's not even a competition between me and him. It's a competition for myself to go out and, see what I can do to help our team be successful against their defense. And I'm pretty sure it's the same for Justin as well.
Yeah, Tua's been a really great guy to watch. He's been fun to watch, and he's had so much success over the past couple of years that, it's been great to watch him and all the things he's done. So really looking forward to playing against him this week and saying hi.
All right, to the AFC North. Steelers Bengals face off Sunday in Pittsburgh, and as of right now, the quarterback of the league's only undefeated team remains in COVID-19 protocol, and he'll stay there till he tests negative. Ben Roethlisberger already hurting because of knee injuries suffered last week in the win over the Cowboys. So lots of questions still unanswered this Wednesday evening. Fortunately, we've still got 4 more days before Week 10 kicks off. Let's say hello now to Adam Schefter with more on a day that usually, Adam, of course, is the first full practice day of the week. What are you hearing right now about Ben Roethlisberger's chances of playing Sunday against Cincinnati?
Sage, that's the great question of the week, whether he'll be eligible to come off the reserve COVID list this weekend and whether he makes it to that game on Sunday. And the truth is nobody knows, not even the Pittsburgh Steelers, whether that will be possible because he was in close contact to the Steelers tight end Vance McDonald, who tested positive. He was on the sideline with him. He was on the team plane with him. And so he was right around him, and now you wait with the incubation period of about 5 days to see whether Roethlisberger winds up testing positive or whether he doesn't and then comes back to play. If he does test positive, probably would knock him out for a couple of weeks. The Steelers would be without their quarterback, but for the time being, everybody's waiting to see. As for Christian McCaffrey, he is not expected to play on Sunday against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Suffered a shoulder injury, seeking a second opinion, and so just when McCaffrey makes it back from that high ankle sprain that held him out of 6 games. Now he's got another setback that could sideline him, expected to sideline him this week, and could sideline him even longer. He's considered week to week going forward, Sage.
And this has been a tough season for Christian McCaffrey. All right, this next topic is not something we usually talk about here on SportsCenter, but it's caused quite a stir on Twitter today after you broke the story about the Houston Texans, who fired Vice President of Communications Amy Palcic, telling her that she's no longer a, quote, cultural fit. According to sources, cultural fit within the team. Palcic was the first and only woman to have full public relations responsibilities for an NFL team. She and her team, her PR team, were also the winner of the 2017 Roselle Award for the best PR staff. It's a highly coveted award. Amy is as well respected as they get throughout the entire league. And Adam, the words cultural fit are curious, to say the least. Why has this decision by the Texans become so significant?
Because Amy Palcic was so popular and so respected, chiefly amongst her team, the players. We remember Deshaun Watson signing the contract and there being a great press conference that was set up on Zoom where she coordinated having his family on a Zoom call to celebrate his big new contract with him. That was Amy Palcic. We remember J.J. Watt going out to the community there on hurricane relief efforts. That was Amy Palcic helping to set that up. She was immensely popular amongst the players there. They're not happy that she was let go. She was immensely popular in the league, as we saw from the reaction on social media. And a short time ago, the Texans president, Jamie Roots, did send me an email, and I'll read to you, Sage. It says, "It was definitely my call. I gave her the role a number of years ago and felt the need to make a change. Leadership is lonely, and sometimes you have to make decisions and moves that impact people that you care about deeply." Amy Palcic, I would imagine will not be unemployed very long.
For sure. Again, the words cultural fit are what I think a lot of people want to know a little bit more about. Maybe that will come out. You mentioned J.J. Watt, Adam, and J.J. Watt tweeted something specifically about Amy. Again, this decision resonates deeply for many people. Those of us who have known Amy for a long time, we know she will indeed be okay. Meantime, the Texans host the Patriots this Sunday with a lot of controversy on their hands. Adam, thank you.
Thanks, Sage.
Well, the NBA draft is just a week away with so many questions as there's no clear-cut consensus choice at the top. Here's what we know. The Timberwolves have the #1 pick, and the best of the Ball brothers will be a headliner. We could hear LaMelo's name called first in the NBA's first ever virtual draft. Most certainly a different feel for all the prospects.
No matter if I walk across the stage, no matter if it's on camera, no matter what the draft is, I'm going to be excited. It's going to still be a dream come true. I treat it as if I'm walking across the stage because my name's still getting called.
Going to a team that's going to work on me and develop me to be a great player is where I want to go. Like whether that's one or at the bottom.
I think the biggest thing I expect just to go in there and work every day. Go in there and, prove myself again. Work my ranks up through the NBA and, have a great team, great system.
The quick turnaround after the draft, at least for me, isn't too much of a big deal. I'm ready to play basketball. I haven't played basketball since January. So I'm just ready to go.
Couldn't finish the college basketball season, so there's no real buzz right now. But this guy's going to bring an NBA draft analyst. Mike Schmidt's joining us now. So the Timberwolves are on the clock here. What do you expect them to do with that #1 pick next Wednesday?
Well, it's still a mystery, Kevin. This isn't like last year where we knew Zion Williamson was going to go #1. Even the year before with DeAndre Ayton, the Minnesota Timberwolves are still canvassing the league. They're still meeting with players. They're still watching workouts. And I think it's going to come down to 3 different prospects. Anthony Edwards, the big-time scorer out of Georgia. Even James Wiseman, I think they're going to look at out of Memphis. Maybe draft him and then see if they could move down and accumulate some assets. But LaMelo Ball is still the favorite here for me. 6'7" point guard. Highly creative, played just the 12 games out in Australia, but he has a star power about him that's really, really hard to teach. His vision is incredible. He has touch from all over the floor. So we're going to learn more as we continue to move forward over the course of the next week, but he would still be my favorite.
You mentioned James Wiseman, the big man from Memphis, and the Warriors sit there at #2, and with a healthy Steph Curry, a healthy Klay Thompson, Draymond Green right there. Oh, let's bring in a guy like this. Why would he fit this team so well?
I would view him like a Lob City version of DeAndre Jordan. Remember, with Chris Paul, with Blake Griffin, a guy who can play off of those stars and catch lobs, protect the rim, run the floor, keep it really simple because physically this guy is the most impressive prospect in the draft. I mean, he's close to 7'1", 7'5" wingspan, 9'6" standing reach. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Close to Rudy Gobert in terms of his length there as a standing reach. So I think that they really like what he can bring to the table, both in the short term, and he's someone that you could groom to be a cornerstone of the future.
Not fair. It's not fair when you look at the Warriors sitting there at #2, potentially bringing in a guy like Wiseman. Much more from Mike coming up top of the hour. We have a mock draft special here on ESPN. Thank you.
Thanks, Kevin.
Coming up on the